bayan gwangwala ya mi a shami gadin bayan mi.
Representing Professor Tachi from the Federal University of Technology. Let's put our hands together for him. Thank you very much. I would like to have the representative of the Vice Chancellor of Bayero University, in person of Professor Ismail Bala. He is the former chairman, Association of Nigerian Authors, Kano State, and a writer and a prolific editor. Please let's put our hands together for him. Thank you very much, sir. We're really happy to have you all the way from Kano State. And there is always an academic synergy between Kano and Niger. So we're really happy to have you here. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Would like to invite to the high table Madam Brady Salisu, Director Youth, Ministry of Sports and Youth, representing the SSD. Let's put our hands together for him. To join them on the high table too, we'll have the representative of the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Education, heavily represented here by Ajia Amina Gogo Abdullahi, Director of Tertiary Education, Ministry of Tertiary Education, Science and Technology. Let's put our hands together for her. But meanwhile, the chief launcher is on his way. But he has given us the go-ahead to start the program. He's going to join us later. But notwithstanding, you know how our road network looks like, particularly from Suleja to Mina, and from Mina to Bida. I remember a friend was coming all the way from Enugu State. And when he got to Mina, I said, oh God, our roads are bad. We have potholes everywhere. And he told me, he said, thank God that your roads are bad, you have potholes. In Enugu State, it is not a case of pothole, but rather their problem there is boreholes everywhere. DSP Nasir Abdullahi, the Public Relations Officer of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense, Niger State Command. You are most welcome to today's wonderful event. Let's put our hands together for him. Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have already in our mix, we're inviting him to the high table, the representative of the head of service, in person of Alhaji Idris Abdullah Lego, the permanent secretary planning, research and statistics, documentation office of the head of service. Please let's put our hands together for him. You're welcome, sir.
are more than just one person living in the world of make-believe, living in the world of illusion, living in the world of fallacy, living in the world of daydreaming and self-deception. The book began by showing the suffering of a people and a loss of hope through the agony of rape, cattle rustling, robbery, enslavement, killing of innocent people, innocent in quotation, etc. We see a curious mind, Chow, who is a representative of many other curious minds, making an inquiry on why such calamities are destroying the society. While his grandfather, Modu, responds to the ask, we listen to possible reasons why things are the way they are. He tells us through story that we all belong to the same human family because the first human beings to have first lived in this world were people of the same origin and they treated each other as one. That people of the time were very happy without the presence of religion, administration, laws, education, or even money. Sadly, the book tells us that people change as time passed by and began to live outside themselves, lying to themselves and deceiving themselves. Fantasies tells us further that colonialism was just a tool used by white men to exploit the riches of Africa, marginalize, subjugate, and treat African people as less humans. Modu tells us in Fantasies that all rules like what to do and what not to do are just conventional because they were designed by people to serve as guides. The name of colors or things and places were also said by convention, that our identities are just cultural and historical construct. Fantasies concludes that people of the contemporaries are faced with misery because they now think that they are gods themselves or better than God, and they reward bad, they reward evil. People fake love and friendship, falsify religions, make up identity, misrepresent knowledge, sham reading and writing, and pretend to live. That it is because people lie, deceive, and cheat. In all, Fantasies tells us that the author has inadequate knowledge to even tell the story. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you all. Before I leave the podium, I have a little story to tell you. In 2015, after His Excellency Governor Sani Bello had won an election, Dr. Muazu Babangida Aliu Talbamina was having a dinner party here in Lego Kutigi, in the bigger hall, much bigger hall there. By a sheer accident, or can I call it luck, the apartment of the deputy governor was being renovated. It is opposite this hall, and we were laborers there. And fortunately, when the guests started trooping in to attend the occasion, I dressed up so that I could attend with others. But because the attendance was strictly by invitation, no one without invitation card was allowed to enter. If my friend Habib is here, he can bear me witness. Habib told me, Lawal, delete this idea. There is no way you're going inside that hall because just look at yourself. I came to the door. Of course, what he said was true. The security men, there was a very high and tense security. The security men could not allow me to enter. And the family kept coming in. When another set of family arrived, I spoke to the wife that, please, if you can just do me a favor, I want to enter with you. And she just smiled. She pushed me in among her children. I don't know her. And I entered. When I entered the hall, there were all kinds of food. I was afraid to even touch some drinks because I thought they were alcohols. Imagine the governor of Niger State throwing out a party. So after eating all I could eat, and I saw that there were a lot of food left. Balangu, kilishi, roasted, fried meals as well. The idea behind this story is not just to make people laugh. There are lessons inside that I want us to learn. Because as I stand here, I'm very sure that there are people maybe outside who are restricted to come in because they were not invited to this great gathering. That's why if I had 1,000 heads with 1,000 tongues to thank this selfless human being, Comrade Yakubu Garba, the NLC chairman of Niger State, the thank you will never be enough for making it possible for this occasion to hold and for other help assistances he has rendered to my life. I seek the indulgence of everyone in this hall and maybe outside to always include this man in prayers for Allah to continue to elevate him and make Jannatul Firdausi his final home. Thank you very much.
You see, summarily, if you listen attentively after giving us reading what he wrote in the book, he gave us a profile and he said there is a lesson to be learned. And that the summary of that lesson is from grass to grace. And the summary of what he told us, he said, if there is life, there is hope. He said, Lego Kutigi, where today people are gathered because of him, was a place that he could not enter in those days. But look at what is happening today. Honorable members, everybody on the high table because of him. And that is to say, summarily, what he is telling us is that ambitions and determinations are the root of all success. And he told us emphatically again that among all the members of the high table, in one way or the other, they've been touching the minds of the people positively. Because they say each day, make sure that you put a smile on people's face. At a point, he became emotional. Emotional in the sense that he wanted dropping tears. But I consolidated him and said, no, even if you drop tears here, your tears will be tears of what? Joy. And a lot of acronyms was placed on the Nigerian Labour Congress chairman, whom he said, to a very large extent, in every 2 seconds, he keep on giving him both the moral and the financial support. And that is just what we are looking for. In each day, put a smile on people's face, and Al-Jannah Firdausi will be your final abode. So please, let's give him a round of applause for that. Thank you very much, Comrade Garba Yakubu. Ordinarily, we see you as a labor leader. We never knew that God has been using you to touch people's mind spiritually, and that is the same thing that will happen to your own children too. Distinguished guests, yes, ladies and gentlemen, honestly speaking, we are so happy to be gathered here because of him. Initially, the friend said he can't enter Lego Kutigi, but I'm telling you, if not because of time factor, we are supposed to use the bigger hall. And we're all here because of him. That is to tell you that if there is life, there is hope. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of his mentors, somebody who contributed to his creativity and novelty from Bayero University, Kano, is here in person of Professor Ismail Bala, former chairman of Association of Nigerian Authors, that is writers Kano State is here, and we want to invite him to hear one or two things about this young author you have been mentoring, you have been guiding, and you have been putting him through. Really, we are not supposed to be clapping for him, but we're supposed to clap for you. Why? Because you made him to be what he is today in terms of write-up. Sometimes if I go to occasion and the child thinks first, instead of clapping for the child, you clap for the teacher, isn't it? Please, let's put our hands together for Professor Ismail Bala from Bayero University, Kano. Let's hear from him the way and the manner and the magic he did to come out with a very wonderful young author of this nature. Professor, you are most welcome. I hope the Emir of Kano is doing fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start with a small correction. I'm not representing the Vice Chancellor of Bayero University. For those who don't know, we used to say among the literary cycle that Mina, Niger State is actually the literary capital of Nigeria. Well, I'm saying this metaphorically but also literally. The late Abubakar Gimba was a colossus in Nigerian literature. The only Nigerian to win a Booker Prize, Ben Okri, was born in Mina. Then there is the case of the late Mamman Baza. I could go on and on and on and on and reel out a list of distinguished sons and daughters of Niger State who have excelled in literature. And now we have a new author in our midst, LAWAL Maazu, who is really a budding writer, and his book is a culmination of someone who has a lot of creativity and imagination. No wonder, because in school, LAWAL is really a brilliant student. He's really very good at what he does. And this is just the beginning. I see that the sky is not just the limit for.
You are producing an eloquent author of this magnitude. Even from the free flow of your language, you have convinced us that we should expect more from the boy, your mentee. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, honestly speaking, if I have my way as an academician, somebody who has been in the classroom for the past 30 to 40 years, almost 100 years thereabout, I want the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, Alhaji Akilu Musa, KUTA de Latun Mena, to please have a synergy with the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, so that this book, at least each secondary school in Niger State should at least have a copy, at least 10 copies of this book. That you do will go a long way in assisting this very young chap. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, from the program we have before us is a remark by His Royal Highness, the Emir of Mina, Alhaji Dr. Omar Farouk Bahago, ably represented here by Ademi Mina, whom we all know. Let's stand up so that we honor the
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of this occasion, I will beg your indulgence to allow me stand on the existing protocol. Just like what the XMC has said about my representing the Emir, I would firstly want to deliver the apology of the Emir for not being able to be here present. Experts have defined literature as the mirror of the society. That is to say, the more than millions of the social interactions in our societies every day is recorded and brought back or bring back so that the society will look at what they have been doing. It is through there either to appreciate what we have been doing or to correct some ills among the social interactions of what we are doing. Literature also has some vehicles in which it's used in order to deliver this. One, we have the poetry, which uses poems. And the second, we also have plays, where it uses drama. And we have prose, where we have novels and novella, just like what we are witnessing today. In fact, the Mina Emirate Council has directed that I should commend LAWAL KUTA for this gigantic effort. More especially when we look at the situation we are in our country. You will notice the issue, nobody can deny the fact that the issue of insecurity is the most important or the most dangerous thing that is facing the society. And more than 99% of those perpetuating the act of evils are also from the age grade of what? Youths. They are youths. But LAWAL KUTA has devoted himself to write something down so that he can also contribute his little quarter to the development of the society in which he lives. So the Emirate, sincerely speaking, is very happy to have somebody like you, and also wishes to advise all of us youth, because I'm also part of that age grade, isn't it? 45, 48. Am I still youth? So, sincerely speaking, LAWAL KUTA, I heard you speaking, and I loved what you said, more especially on the issue of appreciating those you thought have contributed to what you are today. Because in our country, this is exactly what we are lacking. We always bite the fingers that feed us. And that is exactly why we are facing a lot of problems. We need to appreciate. We need also to contribute our little quarter. Not to contribute negatively. We should contribute to the development of our society. And no matter how little you thought you can give it. Even if that thing you want to give is a simple smile. Smile to somebody that needed any assistance. You will definitely improve his well-being. To continue because of time, I would truly want the chairman of Labour to stand on his feet, please. Chairman of Labour, the Emir of Mina asked me to talk to you directly with having witness of the audience. He said, I should commend not only your effort, but the effort of NLC. It is through your coming that people have seen the exact face of what? Of Labour Congress. When we are growing up, what we know about NLC is those people that used to fight with government whenever there is any salary problem. If there is no any issue of salary, you will never hear the issue of NLC. But today, when the issue of insecurity comes up in our municipality, more especially in our zone, in our emirate, everybody is afraid to stand up and speak out. But the emir and the emirate have seen the NLC doing what it's supposed to do. And apart from the contributing your quarter too on the issue of insecurity, you are also contributing, making people to be aware on what is exactly happening on the issue of either if there is any disparity between government and workers, or whenever there is any problem, even between marriages. If a husband and wife have problem, we used to see NLC there. That's it. You used to say that. My fear is my elder brother, Right Honorable Marafa Guni, former speaker. We need to stand up. If not, sincerely speaking, NLC is even more popular than most of the political parties. Yes, they are more popular. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Emir have directed that I should move, not otherwise, I should move towards the NLC chairman and give him a hand of blessing for the Emir. And I'm doing that now.
His Royal Father, the Emir of Mina, ably represented here by Honorable Mekudi Adamu, the admin Mina, and I was very privileged to be here because the Emir purposely sent somebody like his dad to this occasion because he too is linguistically and literally inclined. I taught him in Niger State College of Education, Mina, and was English department. And that was why when he was talking, he was making analysis about different components of English language. He said poetry, he said prose, he said poem, and he said literary appreciation. Those are the things that are area of specialization. So the Emir chose the right person to come and represent him here. Please, let's give him a round of applause again. Distinguished guests, ladies.
The chairman of this occasion, permit me to stand on the already established protocol. Great Nigerian workers, great Nigerian workers, we are happy to be here today to see our brother comes out with something that will last forever. I like what the MC said, that he does not have the time to go and sit in chamber, but he was indoors bringing out books. Why I said books? Because there are others on the pipeline, and we are here to rejoice with him. And we are praying that God will help you to achieve your desires. The remaining books that are on the pipeline, God Almighty will help you so that you publish those books, and it will be of great help to humanity, especially our teeming youths. Thank you very much. To the glory of God, I want to unveil these books so that this book will be useful to mankind now and forever. Thank you.
Thank you. As the chairperson of National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, we would be very happy that you recommend it for all the School of Nursing students and the School of Midwife students as part of their general studies. Thank you. Dauda Chukuba, the Executive Chairman of Shiruro Local Government Area Council of Niger State. Honorable Sir, let's put hands together for him. Thank you very much.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المحمد العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون الله أكبر هو الله الخالق والمستعين له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم With utmost respect, the chairman of this occasion, permission to stand on already existing protocol. I have, before I said anything or I launched this book, when I came here with two titles, with three titles. One, comrade. Two, as honorable. And the third one as alhaji. But on my sitting at the high table, a brother practically advised me that there are many comrades in this hall, that he urged me to drop that comrade. And my brother, I'm here to tell you that I'm standing here as a honorable, not comrade. I have a lot to say, but when it comes to vote of thanks, that is when I will be able to say one or two things. As the son of the soil of Shiro local government, Lawal Mazu, I want to lend you this book with the sum of 2 million naira. And not too far, I want the organizers by Monday, a check will be issued in respect of that. Thank you.
My percentage deal. I got one part of the 2 million. 2 million. The chairman, the council chairman, the Right Honorable Marafaguni, former speaker, is all with them with 10 million.
Let me start by recognizing the person that has brought us all here today, and that is the author, Malam Lawal Azam. And the godfather of today's event, NLC 001, Comrade. Well, I don't know, something just happened. I think maybe for some obvious reasons, maybe I will suspend that comrade maybe until after the lunch. Because the chairman of Shiroro, who was stripped off that comradeship, has laid a very, very beautiful foundation in the lunch. And I'm sure if he was a comrade, he wouldn't have given that quantum amount of money. So I think for now, yeah, I know why not. So on behalf of myself and my family, everyone knows I'm a legislator, and the major aim of a legislator is to make laws for the good governance of the society. I'm not an executive. Well, to be sincere, initially I come here to launch this book with a particular sum of money, But I must confess, when the author of this book was telling his story, I was moved. So emotional and so heart-touching. I was moved because on that fateful day of that dinner, I was one of those VIPs that were invited specifically to grace that occasion. Having won my election to represent Chanchaga in the State House of Assembly. And while he was talking, I looked at him vividly. I could remember there was a time he passed my table and asked if I was going with the drinks on my table. Yes. But hold and behold, today he is here bringing all of us under this one. Because he never retired. He burnt the midnight candle as a laborer that he was dead. And Allah has blessed that his determination to succeed in life. Today is a testimony. I'm saying this so that other youths that feel that the end has come or the future is no longer bright for them, they should please regulate. It's never too late. We all sitting here have our own stories to tell. And based on that I had to change my expenditure for this month to see if I could accommodate some additional amount of money just to support him and appreciate him for what he has done. And it's on that note that I want to launch just 2 copies of this wonderful masterpiece with the sum of $250,000
He's always, youths always have confidence in him. Let's hand over the microphone to Alhaji Akilu Musa KUTA, the Permanent Secretary, the Latum Mina, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance.
In fact, I'm on transit because I'm scheduled to be in Lagos this evening to attend an important conference on National Council on Finance and Economic Development. But when I recalled that an occasion is scheduled and the person we are together because of him is my brother, and what he has done, I just have to attend. I have to attend because at a point, honestly, my hope for youth was almost dashed. I was thinking, where are we really headed to? The carnival of the youth we are having today. And at the point again, what really made me to come around, I happened to attend one occasion organized by the youth. On reaching there, honestly, I was not happy. I felt like having my U-turn. Because when I was approaching the gate, the people I saw around, they were in tips. And I said, if I turn back, possibly because they say that the sense is madness, let me just go there and listen to whatever they want to do. Possibly I may chip in something to change their minds. On sitting down, one of the youth now asked me a question that in English language, what do they mean by credit? I should translate that to him in Hausa language. I said, bashi. So, okay. Unknown to me,
he was indebted to one of his colleagues, and that person was waiting for that very fateful day for him to disgrace him. So, that guy now came and approached him. He was sitting not too far from me. He said, "Why are you molesting me?" I said, "Yes, because you are indebted to me." Do you know the response he gave? That person, the creditor. He said, "Why are you disturbing me? After all, you are a credential." So, what do you mean by that? Shimabe. And if you see him the way he was dressed, gorgeously dressed, I had expected him to be very eloquent because he was looking composed. But unfortunately, he wasn't patient to finish his secondary school. And you can see what it translates to. Common English he cannot speak. And that's why I said my hope for the youth was almost eroded. But what I'm saying today, it has rekindled my hope. And that has been my watchword for every youth that comes to my place. It is not the issue of saying you are following people, give me. No matter what is given to you, if you don't have sweat in it, it will never last. For this boy to have spared his time, he is still an undergraduate. For him to even produce a book like this, I think it is something worth emulating. And that is the greatest challenge for the youth in Niger State. And I want you to pick that challenge. One day we should be here celebrating great entrepreneurs. Well, coming to the reality, which is the launching of the book. My right honorable said, he's just a legislator. Well, I'm a technocrat. And I know the expectation will be high because I come from finance. Well, as a technocrat, I'm just there to manage the resources. And we manage the resources based on projection. The fact has not landed yet. But I will still manage to see the best I can do to the glory of mankind. I hereby launch this book with the sum of 1 million naira.
Deliver the message to the head of service, and the head of service will get back to the organizers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good morning or afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody, members of the high table. I'd like to say special good afternoon to my brother, comrade, NLC, and my brother, the Gomsec. I'd like to say I'm really delighted and I'm so overjoyed to be here. This is a special kind of program that is not really very common among the youth. Lawal Maazu, you have done well. We're proud of you and wishing you all the best and all the support in your upcoming books. I'd like to also say, as what the Gomsec has said, we'd love for other youth to emulate this. We from Shoro also, I think we know what they face. We have a lot of groups. Our youth always like to write a lot. And most of the time, it's either criticism or bad mouthing, sometimes even hate speeches. But if you have somebody like people like Lawal showing them the way, if you know how to write and you have creativity and the knowledge, put it into something positive. Something that will benefit people, benefit you yourself and your community and even the state and the country at large. Let us put our writing abilities and our intelligence writing into something more productive. So I'd like to say that congrats to Lawal, and I hope what you have done will be an example to other youth. Let them follow suit. Because I always say, what we do or what your generation do, the younger ones are watching. And if we don't do good, they will also pick up and start doing, they will even do worse than what they're seeing. So on this note, I'd like to say, well done, congratulations, and this is a very, very large step you've taken. And I'm hoping we can give all the support you need. Even NLC. And but the launching, Mr. Chairman, I think has launched on our behalf. Yes. He's the council chairman, so I think he controls money. Comsec, Ministry of Health, also Finance, some Ministry of Finance, he does all the signing, anything coming in our way. So at least we cannot say, well, on that level, but as a mother, what I will give is be more like a blessing to you. So on that note, I'd like to pledge the sum of 100,000 naira.
Thank you very much. I told you, I said,
support I can give. Thank you so much.
And she's giving the money cash now here.
But like money stars, they rise from unknown. The author of the book have done greatly, and they have challenged the youth, especially myself. Gone are the days when young men we believe by going around indulging themselves in social vices. But we have set a pace when others will follow. When the Honorable was talking, he said he is a legislator, and the bank said he's a technocrat. But I'm a civil servant, and I'm a bureaucrat. Ordinary civil servants cannot come to places where the legislatives, where the technocrats and other people are talking, because we are in the grassroots. And then the unionists, most of us, and almost virtually all of us, are comrades. And the comrades will do our own things comradely. So we just want to support in the solidarity to our able leader of NLC, the TUC Niger State. We launched, I didn't want to talk, but I didn't want EFCC and other people to come and challenge me and say, look at this civil servant. And the head of service who didn't even disclose his amount. But I don't have any skeleton in my cupboard, so I will say something and then let them quote me anywhere. I think we are equal to the tax. And then at any given time, you can quote us anywhere because we say the truth. So I want to take, for all my affiliates of TUC, 100 copies to the tune of 250,000 naira.
Let your launching be in cash, not in kind.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The chairman of the occasion, I want to stand under existing protocol. And the NLC family is very much happy with the way and manner a lot of comments have been showered on this young talented boy at 26, going by the records of his birth. And this goes to throw a lot of challenge to our teeming youths who are involved in a lot of social vices. And it's also a challenge, not only for leadership culture, which has been absent. Previously, in the beginning, a lot have been said where we concentrate mostly on this electronic in terms of social media. That has done a lot of damage in the ability of children to focus on research. This boy needs to be encouraged, and he has done a wonderful job, and I believe he is going to continue. He is going to prepare more books better than this. on behalf of the NLC, Niger State Council, we are launching or supporting the boy with 200 or a quarter of a million for 100 copies. Thank you.
Now, on behalf of the all union affiliate under the Nigerian NLC, we are buying 200 copies for $1 million. Thank you.
Mohammed Mahmoud Ami. The next person to do the launching is Comrade Umar Abdullahi Kinta, NLC branch chairman.
The senior comrade here said we shouldn't talk much, but we should talk money. And I want to follow suit. So we are launching 50 copies with the sum of 125,000 naira.
Medical and Health Workers Union, Niger State Council. On behalf of Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, Niger State Council, I hereby launch this book with the sum of 500,000 naira for 120 copies. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of LAWAL brothers, friends, and associates, Bayero University chapter, we hereby support this book with the sum of 5,000 naira.
It is good. You're not kidding.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. I'm standing at my own capacity as Nasir Abdullahi, not as the PRO Civil Defense. I feel I should launch this book, if not because of anything, but because of the love and affection I have for this gentle boy, our brother Lawal Muazu. Let me go straight to the launching. I want to make my own different. Why? Because most of the launching we are done based on pledges. I want to do my own right here on behalf of my humble self, my beloved family. I want to launch just a copy with a cash of 5,000 naira,
wow,
which I will give it before collecting the book.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Seeing is believing. Action speaks louder than voice. Next.
And the mother of it all is corruption. Even in the 21st century, we still can't close the chapter of providing potable drinking water, improving sanitation, providing adequate schools and hospitals, and improving the availability of electricity. Rather, all we experience is darkness, which has colonized our various homes, business, and hospitals. We yearn for a change, only when it goes against our opponents, but not because it is in the interest of our dear nation office. So, if we crave development for this country, we should be ready to face our conscience, never shy to demand from accountability. So, let me caution our leaders once more that competency lies not in your deceitful words, but in your action. I hope my words are plain for your comprehension. Peace.
A poem I memorized about 30 years ago. The poem goes this way. The title of the poem is called The Mesh. And the poem goes this way. We have come to the crossroad. I must either live or come with you. I lingered over the choice, but in darkness of my doubt, lifted the lamp of love, in which I saw in your face the road that I should take. This poem is written exactly by Kwesibru Ghanaian, and the title of the poem is called Love Tango. So please give me a round of applause. Want to Chairman Shirolo Kugame want to once again launch on behalf of two of his associates. Okay, Captain Sahidu Dokachiri, Honorable Member, House of Rep, Mohammed Bawa Caesar, Member representing Shiroro Local Government in the House of Assembly.
Once again, the Honorable Member representing Shiroro Rafimoya just sent somebody to me now, and Honorable Member Shiroro, representing Shiroro, just also sent somebody to me for me to launch the book on behalf of them. Honorable Member representing Rafi Shiroro, Muya, Honorable Seidi Doka, has donated the book with the 100,000 naira cash. And the same to Honorable Ahmed Bawa Caesar, the same amount with 100,000 naira cash. So thank you very much.
First and foremost, Mr. LAWAL, what can you say about the efforts of the author?
The SSG has directed me to convey his appreciation and especially the appreciation of the state government. More so now that the state government has been battling with so many issues that has to do with youth development, especially youth restlessness, youth involvement in drug addiction and other social vices. But at that same time, we now have another good youth ambassador who did it necessary to provide the youth with another sense of direction. So the SSG has directed me to convey his sincere appreciation and by next week for a very amicable appointment for them to discuss on how to make available these copies. Now that is that. On my own personal capacity, I am representing the Honorable Commissioner of Youth, the Permanent Secretary Minister of Youth, and the entire ministry. And as the Director of Youth Development, first and foremost, I must register my protest and contact. Now, as a ministry,
the NLC Vice Chairman,
I must tell you that we are sincerely very, very happy.
What can you say about the efforts?
We are very delighted.
Well, the effort of
most especially for the fact that the whole of this year, we have been receiving so many bad news that has to do with youth development. And now that you are changing the narrative, I want to give you one assurance that though this is the book launch, that day we are going to celebrate
what
and
is going to be beneficial to him.
By this singular act, you have already launched yourself into our
what
list
the youths
of
are doing is about fantasies,
awardees.
And I think this will bring them back to the
right from here, I want to let you know that
of the organizing committee on the Niger State and the Labor Congress